Welcome to today's Explainer. I am so thrilled to have you here because today we are tackling a universal daily ritual that is shared all across the globe. But let's be real, it can somehow be one of the absolute most nerve-wracking experiences if you're learning a new language. We are going to master how to confidently order coffee in English. So whether you're traveling abroad, working in an English-speaking city, or you just want to level up your everyday conversational skills, let's break down the exact vocabulary and scripts you need. Now, let's just be honest for a second. We've literally all been there. You step into a bustling, fast-paced English-speaking cafe, the espresso machines are hissing, the line is moving incredibly fast, and suddenly, this completely routine task feels ridiculously intimidating. It has this frightening, almost overawing effect on us. And let's face it, trying to remember your grammar rules while a barista is staring right at you waiting for your order, especially before you've even had your morning caffeine, is pretty much the textbook definition of an intimidating situation. And there's a really funny irony here, isn't there? You walked into that coffee shop in the first place because you desperately need a pick-me-up, something that provides a quick boost of energy or encouragement when you're feeling tired. You literally need this coffee to wake your brain up, but the actual process of getting it is exactly what's making you nervous and demanding all your brain power. It's a hilarious little paradox, but today, we're going to fix it for good. Think of this as a sort of hero's journey broken down into a few simple, predictable steps. First up, coffee as a global language. Second, navigating the initial ask. Third, deciding for here or to go. Fourth, completing your transaction. And finally, the special request challenge. Section 1. Coffee, a global language, connecting through caffeine. Cafe culture is something that truly spans the globe, meaning it covers the full extent of the world from end to end. Because the modern coffee shop experience spans everywhere, from New York to London all the way to Sydney and beyond, mastering these specific English phrases actually gives you the ultimate traveler's toolkit. No matter where you go in the world, knowing the exact rhythm of ordering coffee in English is going to be incredibly useful to you. Section 2. Navigating the initial ask, the first trial. Okay, so you've waited in line and now it's finally your turn. Baristas are trained to be super efficient, and honestly, their speed might just catch you off guard, totally surprising you by saying something unexpected. When they rapid-fire a greeting at you, your mind might go completely blank. But that is exactly why we're breaking this down right now. Knowing the exact script ahead of time is going to keep you completely grounded, no matter how fast they speak. So the absolutely crucial point here is mastering what we call the initial ask. This is simply the very first question that kicks off the entire interaction. It's the moment of truth. If you know exactly what the initial ask is going to be, you completely eliminate that element of surprise. Listen closely to this because this is the exact real-world prompt you're highly likely to hear the second you make eye contact. What can I get started for you? Sometimes it varies just a tiny bit, like what can I get started for you today, but the structure is always highly predictable. They just want to start making your drink immediately. Now, what's incredibly helpful is the huge variety of correct, natural responses you can use. You aren't locked into just one rigid robotic sentence. You could confidently say, "I'll have a small latte, please," or you could politely say, "I'd like a small latte." You can even use the slightly more casual, "I'll take a small latte." All three of these phrases, "I'll have," "I'd like," and "I'll take," are absolutely perfect, native-sounding ways to answer that initial ask. Section 3. For here or to go. Choosing your path. All right, so the barista has punched your drink into the register, and they will almost immediately follow up with this specific question. Would you like that for here or to go? This presents you with a classic fork in the road. Are you staying in the cafe to soak up the ambiance, or are you rushing right off to work? And this just brilliantly illustrates how flexible spoken English can really be. If you want to be super formal and polite, you can definitely give a full sentence, "I'd like it for here, please," or "Could I get it to go, please?" But honestly, in a busy cafe, it is equally correct and completely natural to simply give a one- or two-word answer. Just say "to go" or "for here." Neither is wrong at all. It just depends entirely on the flow of the conversation. I just want to remind you that making this choice is truly no big deal. It's of really little consequence and absolutely nothing to worry about. Once you know that question is coming, answering it literally becomes a reflex. Section 4. Completing your transaction. Securing the prize. Okay, so just when you think you're totally done, the barista offers one last mini trial. They're going to ask, "Is there anything else we can get for you today?" This is just their standard way of checking if you want to add some food to your order. Maybe staring at that pastry case made you realize you desperately need a chocolate muffin to go with your latte, right? Well, if you do want that muffin, you can use one of these perfect modal phrases. Could I have a chocolate muffin, please? Or can I get a chocolate muffin? Using could or can makes your request super polite and soft. But hey, if you don't want any food, you don't have to overthink it at all. A simple, confident, just the drink thank you works perfectly to keep the transaction moving forward.
Finally, the barista announces your total. Let's say it comes out to $3.69 and asks for your payment method, bringing the whole transaction to a close. They're basically asking how you choose to pay, usually cash or a credit card. They might just ask, will you be paying with cash or card? You just reply with cash or card, tap your payment, and boom, you've done it.
Let's actually run through how beautifully this all fits together in real time. Imagine you're stepping up to the counter right now. Step 1, the initial ask. The barista says, "Hi, what can I get started for you today?" Step 2, the order. You confidently reply, "Hello, could I have an Americano, please?" Step 3, the destination. They ask, "Absolutely, will that be for here or to go?" You say, "Can I get it for here, please?" Then they ask about anything else, and you say, "Just the drink." Step 4, the payment method. They say, "Your total comes out to $3.69. Will you be paying with cash or credit card?" You say, "Cash." Do you see how smoothly that flows? You've just completed the entire loop absolutely seamlessly.
Section 5, the Special Request Challenge, Leveling Up.
Because let's be honest here, making a specific adjustment to your coffee order is a truly great way to feel sophisticated, revealing that you have this great deal of worldly experience and knowledge when you don't just order a basic standard menu item, but you actually customize it to your exact taste and a second language. You look, and more importantly, feel incredibly competent and cultured. And modern cafe menus offer an endless variation of options, tons of little changes and differences in amount or level that you can play around with. You can change your milk, asking for oat milk or almond milk. You can change up the syrups, asking for vanilla or caramel. You can adjust the sizes or even the number of espresso shots. The variations are practically limitless, meaning you get to craft the exact beverage you are craving right then. Realizing that you actually have the vocabulary tools to confidently walk in and ask for exactly what you want, no matter how specific it is an absolute game changer for your daily routine. It creates a massive, significant shift in how you think about your language skills. You go from feeling intimidated, just hoping the barista doesn't ask you any hard questions, to actively commanding the interaction to get your perfect pick-me-up. So I'm going to leave you with this challenge today. Next time you step up to an English-speaking barista, how exactly will you make a special request? Are you going to swap in some oat milk? Will you bravely ask for that warm chocolate muffin? Go ahead and practice that sentence in your head right now. Because you aren't just ordering coffee anymore. You are speaking a global language with total confidence. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and I'll catch you next time.